exercise Pilates with people with chronic conditions, so lots and lots of different conditions, and we like to take it gentle, so you still get your exercise and your workout, but you're taking care of yourself. So today we're going to be standing and sitting and lying, but you can do it all on your bed. You can sit on the edge of your bed, stand up if you want to at times, and then make sure your bed is clear, maybe of the duvet, so there's a bit of firmness underneath you, and then you can lie back for the lying down session. What I do suggest is that you have something like pillows or cushions at hand every time we do these sessions, because there's always a nice way to use them. We'll get started. You can start sitting or you can start standing. I'm going to start standing because otherwise I have to move the camera all the time. But good to see you all again through the screen. And if you want to drop a little chat in, I shall keep a lookout, especially at the end. If you want to say how you've got on, I really love to know, because I can't see you. And it's good to have that sort of feedback so I know what to sort of put in. But just stand or sit comfortably. So you might want your legs a little wider. Hello, Amy. Oh, I hope you enjoy it. Let me know at the end. Feel supported. So if you're sitting, just nice and comfortable. You can even lean back a little bit if you want to. Try and relax your belly, because we're going to breathe into our bellies. And if you're standing, I'm just letting everything relax a little bit. Let that belly go. We don't have to hold it in right now. We'll do that in a moment. Just let it relax. We're going to take a breath in through the nose, hold for 4. So the breath goes in for 3. I'll count you. We'll hold for 4. And then we're going to breathe out through your nose or mouth for 5. I don't mind if it's your nose or mouth. Try your nose. If it doesn't work, use your mouth. The most important thing is that your belly is soft. So as you breathe in, your lungs are going to fill, your diaphragm is going to move down. That's when your belly goes out. As you breathe out, it just deflates a little and you get ready for your next one. We'll just do a few and then we'll go to normal breathing. So breathe in, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then just breathing normally. Hopefully nice, slow. Those shoulders just dropped a little, just being a little bit more in the moment and ready to start. So now we're going to move the feet in a little so they're hip width. So if you're standing, that looks like that, soft knees. And if you're sitting so you've got some of the chair under your leg, but a bit of space between you and the chair back. 2 fists is a good way to check that your legs are hip width apart. And if you're sitting on the bed, you're self-supporting, there's nothing to lean back onto. And then we're just going to put our hand on our belly, hand on our back. Tighten those belly muscles a little bit now. And we're just going to rock backwards and forwards. So I'm just tucking under slightly. We nearly always start like this, just waking up the lower spine, easing it back and forth. And it can be tiny, tiny movements. Doesn't need to be big. Make it smaller and smaller. If you're standing, just looks like this. And then hold it right there. Feel a little taller. So feel yourself grow from here to here. Oh, I just felt myself grow then. Head attracted towards the ceiling. That's it. Now bring your chin in a little. And as you do it, you can see as I do it, I get all my extra chins. That's what we want. And then relax. Bring those chins back. And I feel like my shoulders, they want to go back a little as well. So I'm just going to squeeze gently at the shoulder blades. I'll show you at the sides. You can see my shoulders go back a little because I'm quite round-shouldered. Too much sewing. A few more times with that chin. And hold it. Ear towards shoulder. Doesn't need to go very far. The aim is that you're imagining someone's got their hands just gently rested here. And your shoulders are like a spirit level. Bubble is in the center. Still got my chins here because I'm still tucking in a little bit. So I've got a nice long neck. And then I'm just going to look one way, look up, roll my head down without letting my head fall too far forwards. And just keep that going. And I'm just squeezing my shoulders gently back. So you feel nice and upright, but not strained. And do check you're still breathing, just a normal breath now. What we tend to do when we're concentrating on moving is hold our breath. And sometimes you want to do that, but not all the time. Rolling up. Now we're going to start our shoulders. So just taking it one at a time, circle one back. Just note how that one feels. Circle the other one back. Now it feels almost inevitable. You're going to get a few clunks and clicks. That's perfectly normal, as long as you're not getting any pain. And when you do single ones like this first, it really tunes you into how each side is feeling, especially if you've got a side that's a bit sore or has an old injury. Take them both together. Take it slow at the back. See my hands? They're just touching my legs. This is a sort of mindful approach to an exercise session. So anything where you get a sense of touch and the things around you, it's a nice little bonus to focus on. So maybe instead of thinking too much about your shoulders, just think about your hands just stroking by your legs or whichever part of you they're feeling. Depends how much circling you get. Might be just touching your back of your legs and your thigh, just under your bum. That's it. And then a bit of a shrug up with an inhale is nice. And exhale nice and slow, let them melt down. Lovely. Right, next we're going to take arm across the body, and then as it reaches out to the side, see my fingers just having a little wriggle and a stretch, and I'm reaching slightly behind me because that feels good. But if it doesn't feel good for you, you could reach just down the side. Going to do the other side, reaching across and then reaching out. I'm even going to flex that wrist so that my fingers come towards me a little bit. It feels a nice stretch along there. Wiggling my fingers. It gives me like tingles into the tendons and the muscles, but in a good way. Especially if you've been doing work on the computer or anything that involves quite a lot of finger and hand work. So if you're a crafter and you're doing anything like crochet and your hands get really tight, often these sorts of stretches bring it across. I forgot then. And one more like that. Now take them both together. They'll cross over in the middle and a big stretch out. I'll show you at the sides. That's it. Try not to let my bum stick out an arch because that would be a bit tight if I did that. But I'm letting my ribs come up a little bit on this one. And if you're sitting down on the chair, I think I've got enough room. Just like that. And now taking one elbow back and then the other one, and just letting your body have a little twist with this. See, my legs are just moving a little bit. My feet are just starting to come off the floor. I don't want it to be too tense into my legs. Sitting down. Again, I'm just letting my foot just come away from the floor a little at the heel. That's it. And then you can try both together. And then we're just going to go into the wrists, loosely clenched. So not really tight, just loose. And we're really trying to get into the nooks and crannies, so keep it small. So it's a sort of circling action. And then the other way, it's always my clunky way. I don't think you can hear it, but I can feel it. Little bit of side to side, forwards and back. And then I'm just going to let my fingers unfurl a little. If your fingers won't go really flat, just let them be however they want to be. It might be like that. You can always press back slightly with the other fingers, but keep it gentle. And then we're just going to take it into a little wider, it's like a figure eight on its side, infinity sort of symbol. And you can start to flex and lean back a little. or you can just keep it really still and just keep it all on the shoulders. Some people like to really go for it, really flex forwards and really lean back. You might have a favourite direction. I'm going to keep it quite soft and gentle. My legs are soft as well. I'm not letting them lock back. And if you're sitting, you might need wider legs, a bit more comfortable. And then we'll make that softer and slower. And we're just going to rest our hands just on the chest centre. Keep the knees soft if you're standing. If you're sitting, you'll be sat on the chair, and that's going to keep you nice and stable. Trying to keep this bit ahead. So this is staying one way. We're just taking the upper body the other way. Might be really small if you're feeling very tight. You might feel you can go a bit further. What it is nice to do is to exhale as you go round. So you can take an inhale in the middle and exhale. Inhale back to the centre. Exhale. And what that also does is slow you down. So if you're going really fast, it might be you need to take it slowly. And then just bring your arms down. We're going to go for a side bend. So similar sort of position just for a moment. Soft legs. Just have a little lean over at the waist and a lean over at the waist. Showing you sitting down. That's it. And now, if that feels okay, you can take one hand up. I'm not even going to put it behind my head because I have a tendency to push too much. Just going to put my fingers just resting on my hair and just lean over like that. Hand back to the centre, other side. Just keep swapping over. And again, I'm exhaling on the move as I go over. And you can make this bit stronger. Just open out there a bit, a lot, whatever works. And same on the other side. And my arm isn't going back, it's just going out to the side. That's it. Just relax for a second. Just have a little twist round. If you're sitting on the chair, just swapping knee to knee. And then take your legs a little wider. If you're standing, it'll look like this. If you're sitting, it's like this. And your arms out. And just imagine someone's pulling one hand and then the other. So you're just having a little lean over from side to side, but those shoulders stay low and steady. Excellent. And you can turn your palms this way, see if that feels different. And you can even turn your palms upwards. If that suddenly feels too strong here, bring them down again. It's all about making it feel comfortable for you, and then you can just flow a little bit. So you can see this part of my body is staying nice and still, and the upper parts having a sort of ripply move. See how that feels. And just swing the arms down. Right, next we're going to do a little bit of work on the feet and the hips. So first, taking your weight into one leg, just so you've got enough room to turn the ankle, rotating it round. I've got my legs slightly lifted. If you're in the chair, same thing. You can always lift or stick a cushion underneath, and that may just give you the height if you're feeling you haven't got enough strength in the leg. That's it. And then the other side, a little bit of rotation. Make sure you go each way, but do take it slow. Sometimes if we do it fast, it sort of rushes past. It's almost like a bit of momentum is in there. You can't feel all the nooks and crannies, especially when there's a sticky bit. then just relax the legs a little. Just going to take the leg outwards. See the little circles, like I'm drawing circles. I'm trying to turn my hip out a little bit as I do that. If you're sitting down, I'll show you on the other leg there. And you can even hover that foot off the floor. That's it. Just stick to one side. I only swapped because I wanted to see this leg. And then we're just going to extend this leg if you're sitting. If you're standing, you've got one leg nice and straight. I'll come and demonstrate. And then just bringing that sole of the foot somewhere on your leg. Might be by your ankle, might be higher up, just so you can open out a little. It looks like this. Whoa. Standing up, you might need something to balance on. So something close at hand. That desk is not close enough to me. Then other side. So on this side, I'll do it standing up. Kind of your arms out. I think that was helping me having my hands on my hips. But you could also be holding onto a chair like that. And then bringing that foot, sliding it up. Where does it want to go? You don't want to hold it onto the knee because that presses the knee outwards. But just maybe somewhere on the calf or the ankle. It could even be with your toe on the floor. You're still getting your hip opening there. Lovely. And then just soften the legs again. I think we're ready to do a roll down. So, move my chair back a little bit. I'm going to give you options for your roll down. If you like a normal sort of roll down, you've got hip width legs. Same if you're sitting, you might want your legs a little wider. Give your shoulders a roll back, chin tucks back so you're nice and straight. And I'm looking straight ahead. Then my chin's just going to come down, hover. It's a bit like you've got an orange or something under your chin so it doesn't completely squash down. And then the weight of my body as I move my head forwards is into my toes. And it's like I'm trying to roll my head down the centre. And you can see my legs are in a soft bend. Now you might think that point is enough. It might even be here. Your belly muscles are doing the work to keep you in place. Might be you want to go a little lower. But you can just dangle your arms a little bit there. Passive circles. A little nod. And when you're ready to come up, take a breath in. And as you exhale, really pulling those belly muscles back here. And your legs help power you up as well. So you can do another one of those if you like those sorts. If you're thinking, oh no, my back doesn't like those. This is a different way to do it. So my legs are much wider, that sort of width. And I'm going almost into a little squat. Knees are bent. My bum's going to stick out now at the back. You can see it changed the sort of position of my body. And I'm trying to keep my back straight. So it's not like this. So my bum's really sticking up. I'm going to tuck that under a little, pulling this backwards. So I'm nice and straight here. Now, hands on your thighs. Could be like this or like that. But you can press on them. And I can just steady myself there. Now, watch my hand. It's like it's tucking my bottom under. I'm just putting it there for emphasis. There. See my back rounded? It's going to round a little more. You see it coming up to my shoulders. My head goes over. At this point, you need to push into your legs, push through the floor, and then your upper body can roll upwards. We're going to do one more roll down. Either one of those. You can make them small, you can make them larger. I don't mind. I'm going to do one just like that again. And then make your way down to the floor. Take your time, or make your way onto the bed. I would do it from here, but I feel I'll be a little bit far away, but something like that would be fine. We're not going to need a huge amount of room, but we are going to be lying on our sides. So have those pillows and cushions in case you need them. I'm just going to have everything ready here. I've got a pillow and I've got a couple of cushions ready. Right. I'm just going to move all my bits and pieces down. And we're going to start just lying on our backs first. And just a little moment on your back, I'm going to put a cushion under my head just to make it extra comfortable. And turn the light around this way a little bit more. Gets a bit dark on the floor. And just from here, just wriggle yourself a little bit so you get settled into the floor. And if you're not down here yet, that's fine. Take your time. I like to put in something gentle at this point because it gives everyone time to get on the floor. Take your legs together so they're touching. Heels come out and now toes go forward. That spaces you nicely. And then we're just going to rock the pubic bone towards our nose, tummy muscles doing the work, just like we did at the start. And then it goes the other way and you get like a little bridge coming under your back. Squashing down your back at this point. You can belly muscles are just pulling and rounding here and then rolling away. And then I want you to have a little feeling like you're rolling a marble from hip bone to hip bone. So it might be going over your belly. That's all right. We're just doing an imaginary one. And it's like a little magnetic one. It's just going to roll all the way across here. So we're rolling sort of side to side. I can feel there's a little space under here, under my back. That's not squished into the floor. That's it. But you can see my legs having a little move as I do it. And then back to the center. And now we're going to roll onto our sides. So I'm going to roll towards you. And I know that I like a pillow underneath my head. And you can see my legs are bent. My feet are in line with my bottom and my back and my head. Now I've got my arm like this, but you could be like this or like this, whatever's comfortable. And then this top leg, we're going to take out long. Now, if as soon as you do that, you think, oh, that's feeling heavy, that's when you can take cushions and pop them maybe there. The pillow would work nice there. And if you're even fine lying on your side is not very comfortable, lying actually on a pillow, that can be really comfortable. So just options in case you need them. But just that leg, just lifting it up and down, just in the air, tiny movements. And then we're going for a one-legged cycle. So I'm just cycling, a bit like a unicycle on our sides. I'm just cycling that one leg in the air. Everything else is still. It doesn't need to be a really big action. But now I'm going to try and go backwards. And most of my leg actions, this sort of front part of my body, I'm not going too far back. That's it. And then legs together. I'm going to change my arm position now. It's almost like I'm cradling my head. So my hand's just resting on the back of my head here. In fact, I might even put that one on top of the cushion. Elbows are going to drop down. You could have an arm like this here if that's more comfortable. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, just open out your elbow and your upper body. Your legs can just stay where they are. Oh, I'm just crashing into the chair. I'll just push that back. And then forwards. And exhaling and coming back. Inhaling and coming forwards. And it's a nice opening sort of feeling. So I hope you're feeling that nice sort of opening. You're getting a sort of twist, but an opening of the chest muscles at the front. And it just feels like an openness. Oh, I can imagine myself on the beach doing this. So when you lie back, sun. Oh, maybe a sunset. Last one like this. And then we need to do the other side. So think about what's the easiest way to do this for you. I'm quite happy with you just rolling onto your back and then over away from me because I can't see you. I'm going to flip myself the other way round. So I do the other direction. Get yourself comfortable first. So this bum, feet, back, shoulders, head, they're in a line. I use my mat to really help that. It makes it much easier. My legs are gently bent, like they're in a little triangle shape. Anything that makes you comfortable here. So it might be like this or like this. And first we're going to stretch that leg long. It's just hovering. You can see it's not touching the floor, it's just raised. I'm just going to take it up and down a little. That's it. And these muscles are having to work here to keep everything nice and stable. You could have a hand here, by the way. If that leg doesn't feel like it's enough support, could be a flat hand, could be on your finger pads. And then we're going to start that one-legged cycle. Nice and steady. What I'm trying not to do is roll over like that. Or even roll backwards like that. I'm just trying to keep on my side. Just cycling my foot through the air. Oh, I've seen someone said something there, but I can't read it from here, but I will check in a moment when we get to the end. And then reverse. It was that little moment when you've got to compute which way you're going to go. I think I can feel it more in my belly when I go backwards. That's it. And you might get a few little clicks and clacks. And if your knee doesn't want to bend so much, you can make it smaller. And then bring that leg down. You can even bring it forwards, give it a little rub if you feel it needs it. And then we're going to go for that opening feeling again. So I'm just shuffling myself back into position, moving up a little bit. I'm going to put my arm on top this time, cradling my head. So my hands are just resting around the back of my hair. You can see my elbows are open so I can see you. But now I'm just going to close them. Still on my side. I haven't rolled forwards or anything too much. Haven't rolled back. Take a breath in. And then exhale and open up. And you might only want to go that far for the first one. Inhale as you bring your elbows back. Exhale as you open up. Inhale as you come forwards. Now I'm on quite a little cushion here, but if I was on a bigger pillow, I'd be able to roll onto the pillow as I rolled outwards. That would be nice. And you might find this side is different to the other side. Depends on your shoulders and your chest. And imagine that you're seeing a beautiful view. So whatever's on your ceiling, just add to it with your imagination. Maybe it's the stars at night that you're seeing. Maybe you're cloud watching. And make this next one your last one. And then I'm going to come put my hand down the side because I'm going to push up into sitting. So you might be pushing up into sitting on your bed, putting your legs over the end. You might be sitting on the floor. Just going to do a little twist. So this works either sitting with your legs long, or it could work on a chair as well. I'm going to bend one leg. So if you're sitting, you'd have both legs bent and your feet on the floor. I'm just going to sit up really nice and tall. I'm even going to add a little bonus here of pulling that foot back. You'll just get a big stretch along there. So sit up tall first, and then I'm going to put a hand somewhere behind me. If you're on the chair, you just reach behind, hold onto the chair. Sit up. As you exhale, use that knee and your hand just to twist yourself round. And just hold it when you get there. Take a breath in and out. And next time you're breathing, get ready to come to the front. I'll show you on the chair in case you're sitting on your bed for the next one. But if you're lying down If you're sitting down on the floor, we're just doing the reverse of what we've just done. So it's just going to the other side. So on this side, you can have both legs bent. You could have one leg straight like we did on the floor, flexing that toe back. And then sit up tall first. I've got my hand ready to do the twist. This hand, I'm just grabbing the side of the chair. On an exhale, use your hand on your knee. I've got to think which bits I'm touching. Hand on my knee and a hand on the chair, just to assist you as you twist round. Breathing in and out when you get there. And you've got that toe pulling back towards you for a bit of calf stretch whilst you're there. And if you've got your hand on the bed, you're just grabbing onto the bed. And then on your next exhale, come to the front. I'm going to sit down on the floor just to finish off. Let's check what people said there. Oh, lovely. Hello, hello. Hello, Irene. Hello, Alan. Hello, Amanda. Nice to catch you just before we finished. Hope you've enjoyed it. So I'm going to have arms outwards, legs, I don't mind what you do, whatever is comfortable, like this, like this, like this. It's all good. We're going to bring our arms up with an inhale. And then with an exhale, push away. Arms up with an inhale. Exhale, push away. Last one, arms up with an inhale. Bring that to your chest. Give yourselves a clap. I shall see you next week. Thank you so much. Oh, Irene, that's so nice to hear. I'll check out the comments afterwards. I finish, I have to sign out, and then I'll come and check the comments straight away. So glad to hear it. Bye.